Hello everyone, Nika here with your daily neuro nuggets. So here we are back at it, ready to rock and roll. And today I wanted to talk about this very crazy case, red flags all over the place, gaping, glaring holes throughout this investigation. And it involves Ellen Greenberg, who was a 27-year-old female from Pennsylvania. Now, this woman was found by her fiance, stabbed 20 times, and Pennsylvania still ruled it a suicide. So I don't know about you, but I think that they think that we're stupid, and we're not. We're not. So I'm going to go through this case because although it's not new, it's been popping up all over the media. You guys, if you have followed me throughout the years, throughout the channels, you know that I'm a big believer in the truth always comes out. And now, in this case, we have a very powerful political figure being questioned about this and why it was ruled a suicide when this female had 20 stabbings all over her body, including her back. So yeah, today, lemon ginger, it's delicious. This is what it looks like. Let's try it. Cold, unsweetened. Let me know what it's good for in the comment section. Now, this case is not for the faint of heart. And they did release the 911 call, unlike the Idaho 4, right? Now, in this 911 call, we hear Ellen Greenberg's fiance, who was Samuel Goldberg, saying that his fiance was not opening the door, that after 30 minutes, he decided to break the latch door down, that she was not responding, that she was on her back, and that there was a knife sticking out of her heart. Now, let's get to the red flags, guys, because first of all, he didn't seem very, I don't know, to me, he didn't seem very concerned in the call. Like his voice isn't frantic. It's very calm to me. Now, how in the world are we gonna have this type of case where there's a knife sticking out of her freaking heart, and then the knife is never tested for fingerprints? Yeah, red flag, right? And then the crime scene was not kept pristine. Kind of reminds me of the Idaho 4, right? Because we know that the frats were there before police arrived. So, scene could have been tampered with. Then also the apartment manager was actually allowed to have a freaking cleaning crew over before the scene was even processed. What? I don't know about you. I don't know a lot of things, but I know that that is wrong. And I'm not sure how that is even legally allowed. Like, how is that allowed? You're literally tampering with the entire crime scene if you're cleaning it up, right? And you would think that for somebody who supposedly stabbed herself 20 times, there would be body fluids and blood everywhere. But no, there was minimal blood. So people have speculated, including investigators not attached to this case, that maybe, just maybe, somebody actually moved the bodies. And we have also heard those rumors in the Idaho 4. So because people did show up to the Idaho 4 before cops were there, maybe it's something that we should not discount just yet. So basically, they want us to believe that somebody shanked themselves 20 times, including to her own back, to the top of the head, to the back of her neck, and they also mentioned in the autopsy that she actually nicked the dura of her spinal cord, and then still somehow after that managed to plunge a knife into her own heart about 4 inches deep. And it was ruled a suicide. Do you think that is justice? I can't imagine being the parents of this young woman. Now, I don't know about you, but maybe this is not such a crazy mystery. Maybe, just maybe, is it possible that the fiance actually unalived this 27-year-old young woman and then lied about it, and then it was covered up because of his financial power and because of his political ties to Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania? Because if you were to ask me, I don't think anyone would stab themselves 20 times, including to the back. So one thing is possible. Maybe we have idiots working this case, Like, it seems to be a problem with a lot of police departments all over the country. Or maybe they are not idiots. Maybe they know exactly what they are doing. And maybe, just maybe, this is a freaking cover-up. So this trial, guys, or this case has finally changed. Like, for 13 years, the parents have been challenging this suicide ruling, and now 13 years later, they're finally able to do so, right? So that means that it's no longer a suicide case, it's potentially a homicide case. So finally, the parents get at least that relief. And in one of the interviews, the father did say that people have been telling him since the case happened 13 years ago, like, stop wasting your money. You're just throwing your money away. You're not going to get anywhere. But look, this man is actually getting somewhere. That being said, I do think he's very lucky, financially speaking, because most of us would not be able to handle 13 years of lawyers and attorneys and courts. And it's a lot. It's a lot of time, energy, resources, money, everything, right? But if you are a true believer of actual justice, what do you guys think is the next step for this case? Because I think that the person who determined that this case was a suicide should actually be able to sit on the stand and answer how in the freaking world did they come to that conclusion, right? Let me just go through some of the autopsy notes here. Okay. 10 wounds, about 3 inches deep to the back of the neck. Wake up, people. If you're one of those people that is saying the suicide ruling was correct, you need to wake up. Really? 10 wounds, 3 inches deep to the back of the neck. There were another 8 to the chest, 1 to the stomach, and a 2.5-inch gash to the scalp. The police notes also say that this case was actually treated as a suicide because Samuel Goldberg was cooperative and there were no signs of an intruder. So I guess that's all you have to do nowadays. As long as you cooperate with the police, right? You won't have to go to jail, and they won't even test the knife inside of your fiance's heart. But let's be real. Let's come back down to planet Earth, because you know very well, and I know very well, that if me and you ever did something like that to our fiance and we don't have the political ties that they do, we'd be in jail. We would be suspect number 1, right? We're walking in on our fiance and we're very calm, cool, collected when we're making that 911 call and nobody even has to test anything. No, you and I would be in prison, baby, even if we didn't do it. Let's be honest with each other. Now, Governor Josh Shapiro is now finally, after 13 years, being scrutinized as he and his office stood by this nonsensical ruling, the suicide ruling, not only in 2011 when the case took place, but also in 2019 all the way through 2022. So basically, Josh Shapiro had the opportunity many times to say, you know what, this ruling doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Let's fix it. Let's get some justice for these poor parents. But no, Josh Shapiro said nothing, washed his hands, and stood by the ruling. So it's very interesting to me that this ex-fiance now, Samuel Goldberg, runs in the same political circles as Josh Shapiro. And this fiance, Samuel Goldberg, is also, he's loaded, guys. He's loaded. So time will tell, as usual. If you have heard of this case before, let me know down in the comments. What do you think about it? Do you think that this new ruling on this crime is a good thing? Do you think we're moving forward in the right direction, or do you think we should just let it be? Let me know down what you think. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave an emoji, drink some tea. And this case, so many cases, guys, so much corruption. That's why I'm going to cover from now on, yes, the Idaho 4, but several other cases, because we all need to be exposed of what's going on, not only in Oklahoma with Noah Pressgrove, not only in Idaho with the Idaho 4, but it's all over the freaking country. It's very unfortunate. So that's it for today, guys. Have a good night.